Rasgullo, everyone, please, please, again please, sit erect. And can I see your teeth? Yes. Have a beautiful smile on your face. Very good. So let me tell you what happened was, so at Gurukul, there was one girl who had a migraine attack today. So she fell unconscious. So I was scheduled for a meeting here at 12 o'clock. So I got late. So because I got late, no, it's not fine. I need to give you an explanation, right? Because when you will come late, so I'll also ask you. So it has to be two-way, right? So just because you are sir, it's not correct that, So back to back I got late. Point forward, maybe next lecture I won't be late. Sunti abhi Gundu? So what I was trying to tell you is, hey, did you remember one thing? Should always be happy. Keep reminding it. No? You took birth for what? Crying? No. To be sad? No. To be boj? No. Boj समझते हो? To be burden? To be happy? क्या रे? Hey, तेरी बात नहीं चल रही, तेरे वजन की बात नहीं चल रही. So you need to be happy. So my online live gundas and gundis, everyone, I welcome you all, and I hope you all are doing well. जल्दी से आप भी गुड आफ्टरनून बोलो एक बार. नहीं बोलेंगे? मैं नहीं दिख रहा इधर. All right. So good afternoon everyone. All right, now listen to me carefully. So yesterday we were talking about something called a subsidiary book. So what is a subsidiary book is, when there are repeated common transaction, we classify them into some books which are called a subsidiary book or day book. This subsidiary book or day book are also called as primary books. Right? Why primary books? Because that is the book wherein we record for the first time. Source document, we directly record through the source document where? Into the subsidiary book. And from the subsidiary book we have got something called as ledger, and then we have got trial balance, and then we have got balance sheet. Is that okay? Or P&L account and financial statements. So yesterday when I started explaining you, I said you that, what did I tell you? I told you that subsidiary book you have got source document, and after the source document you have got something called as journal, and then you have got ledger, then you have got trial balance and the financial statement. So journal is divided into variety of the parts, which I said was purchase book, purchase return, sales return, and cash book, and journal proper. Journal proper is actually a residuary book. Residuary book means जिसका कोई नहीं उसका कौन है? Journal. So where you cannot record in any of the earlier books, you record it into what? Journal proper. So I was just trying to tell you one more thing. There are some documents which are used to record in these books, which are called a source document, and at the same time, which kind of transaction you record in those books. Is that okay? So do you have a diary? Oh, in our earlier days, we used to have a diary. You understand what is diary? So that diary used to record the phone numbers. We used to write the phone numbers. Now you hopeless people, you don't even know what is that it was. मतलब मेरे पापा मेरे पर अत्याचार करते थे. He used to bully me. And for what? Because I used to go to the school, he used to come and tell me, your handwriting is good, Anand. I said, yes, Papa. Come on, write this phone diary, because the earlier diary got torn. So I have to write down all the names, and we have to write down the names and numbers according to the alphabet order. So if I wanted to search the number of, for example, Rathi, Ramesh Rathi, so I have to go to the R and check Ramesh Rathi. Have you all understood? Yes. So why did I tell you this? So one day when I was small, so we used to like to write with the pen. So when we started writing with the pen, I used to write everywhere, including walls. I didn't know that this reason is sufficient for a good tight slap. But anyway, so I wrote in what? Hey, like, idhar than the white. White, idhar than the. So I used to write in what? On the wall. And in one point in time, what I did was, I started writing in that diary. Which diary? Phone diary, telephone directory. So my father again slapped me. My question to you all is why? Why did father slap me? Give reasons. Yes, yes, go ahead. See, that diary was, you gave the answer right. That diary was specifically for what? Phone number. Now everything got screwed up now because I wrote something. In the T section there were only 2 pages and whatever were the names need to be written in the T section. Now the page was completely full. I wrote the whole essay there. I cannot write anything, yes or no? Yes. Are you getting the diary got waste? So what you have to write in at which place is very important. So similarly, we need to understand the classification. So what are you going to write down in the purchase book? You are only going to write down the purchases of goods and that too on credit. Is that okay? Yes. So that's what I explained you the next part. Yeah, where is the next part? Yeah, here it is. So purchase book, you write down goods and that too also on credit, and there you have got something called as invoice. Then my dear friend, we have got sales book. In sales book we record the credit sale of goods. Similarly we have got purchase return. In purchase return we record the purchase return of goods. What is goods? In which we ordinarily deal in, yes or no? And sales return, similarly it should be on credit. Now what are the source document for that? So I said for purchase book it is purchase invoice, for sales it is outward invoice or I can say sales invoice, and at the same time my dear friend, for purchase return, what is the balance to purchase return? Yesterday I explained you. आवाज नहीं आ रही, झापड़ लगाओ क्या, जल्दी से बोलो. It is credit. So purchase return has got a credit. So what do we do to the party? Debit. So what is the name of the note? Debit note. So I issue debit note but I receive. Getting my point? Yes. So I receive credit note but I issue debit note. Similarly, what is the balance to the sales return? Debit. So sales return to party. So party is what? Credited. So when I say I issue credit note but I receive what? Debit note. I hope you people are clear. So whenever you use the word received or whenever you see the word received in the exam, you should make the entry which is opposite, ulta entry. Say yes. Now boys and girls, moving on, I explained you yesterday how do we have the format of purchase book. So purchase book format can be different for different organizations. Say yes. Yes. There can be variety of the columns. So you don't have to compare it with 11th and 12th. Now what is the format? It is date, particulars, you can have details, you can have tax column, you can have freight column, and I will have invoice number, LF and amount. So what happens is, this is very important, very critical for rectification of error. I said you, individual posting goes to the party. Say yes. Yes. And the total posting goes to what? Purchase account. The total posting goes to where? Purchase account. Do you all copy that? Yes. Hey boys and girls, can I ask you a very simple question? What is the entry of purchases? Purchase to party. What is the entry for sales? Party to sales. What is the entry for sales return? Sales return to party. What is the entry for purchase return? Party to purchase return. If you closely observe, so I said you the process includes journal then ledger, but when journal is not there, we are having books, the process cannot be missed. Process has to remain the same. So from these books I have to go to the ledger, yes or no? So you need to understand the process, and the process is that the individual posting to Raj, Harshad, Ankita and Pooja will go individually, yes or no? Immediately, but the total posting will go where? The total posting will go to the purchase account. Say yes. So I think you all are ready now to solve one problem and we'll understand it how it goes well. Okay? And today we'll understand few of the rectification of error also. Some of them. At least I'll tell you how many entries? 8 entries. How many? 8. Yesterday we read some things, right? So you all are requested to come down to the online live. Do you have any query? यार तुम मुझे बुक्स गलत दे देते हो यार. कृष्णा कहाँ पे? अरे भागते क्यों है पता नहीं यार. क्वेश्चन नंबर 16. ताई 16 पे आओ. 16 पर आया बेटा, आजा. Online live, do you have any query? Please let me know in case you have got any query. लवीना, थैंक यू. राहुल क्या बोल रहे हैं तुम्हें पता है? देखो कितना डेस्परेशन है इस एज में. राहुल तयाल बोल रहा है हेलो प्राची, एंड प्राची इज नॉट रिप्लाइंग. बड़े जलील होते हो यार इधर आकर. क्यों करते क्यों आप ऐसे? और लड़के रिप्लाई नहीं करने का क्या? एंड आई फेल्ट सो बैड फॉर दिस गाय यार. क्या हो गया बेटू? कौन बातें कर रहा है? पोट्टे बातें नको कर रहे. Sir, page number. Page number is 24, Gudiya. 5.24. Yeah, are you there? Page number 24, 24, 24, 24. 18, 19. All right, here are we. Can you come down to question number 16? This is a subsidiary book. The rough book of Messrs. Narayan and Company contains the following. 2020 February, purchased from Brown and Company on credit. Please underline the word on credit. Purchased from Brown and Company on credit. 5 gross pencil. Underline the word gross. Now, anyone is aware what is gross? So, 1 is unit, 12 is dozen, and 12 dozen is gross. मुझे पता नहीं क्यों मजा आया उनको ऐसा करने में, but this is what it is. 1 is unit, okay, 1 unit. And then you multiply it by 12, it becomes 12 unit is dozen. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'll write down 12 unit is what? Dozen. And 12 dozen is 1 gross. Have you all understood? So when I'm saying 5 gross pencils at the rate of 100 per gross, you bought that? And 1 gross registers at the rate of 240 per dozen. Kala Baba. Ooh. So the guy who multiplies 1 multiplied by 240, paper was very easy. Beta bashi lekya hai. If I say 1 gross into 240, it's wrong. I have to tell 12 into 240. Why 12 into 240? Because gross means how much? 12 dozen. And rate is given what? Per dozen. Do you all understand this? And then boys and girls, they say less trade discount. Now let's understand this. There is a huge confusion about trade discount in especially 11, 12 student. So what is trade discount? Are we ready? So trade discount is something which is given at the time of a transaction. Trade discount is something which is given at the time of transaction. So can I ask you one thing? Girls, have you bought chappal? So did you bargain? Don't lie me, I know it. I know what my wife does with me. So भाई साहब मजाक नहीं है, मेरा गुरूर तोड़ देती है पूरा. So when she goes and buys a chappal, so somebody suppose he says कि what is the chappal for? So suppose the guy says 1000. So she says 150 रुपया देगी. कौन करता है यार ऐसे? फिर मुझे ऐसा फीलिंग आने लगता है कि I am very poor. I don't know what is she gonna do with that money. So I feel bad. So I go little away and then I stand there. मैं नहीं है. मैं पैसा पूरा देता है, पता नहीं क्या. But any which way, so she bargains. So did you bargain at any point in time in your life? Did you bargain? Yes. So when you bargained and you reduce the prices, so actually that is a trade discount. Now comes a question, will you record trade discount? So suppose if my wife is going to, what I can say, in her party or whatever, XYZ, where she meets all her friends. So what is she going to say? Look, I got this chappal for 1000. No, सब लोग हंसेंगे. That is one more characteristics of the female. Even if you buy it for 1000, you will say 150 रुपया में लाई. You getting my point? So all she will do is when she'll go there and she'll say that I bought it for 1000 or 150. Do you copy that? The transaction never happened at 1000 rupees. Have you bought the firecrackers? Yes. कभी उड़ा है? What टिकली? वो क्या? हाँ. फुलझड़ी. Good. So when you burn the crackers, firecrackers, did you ever see the MRP of firecrackers? Yes. So if I was surprised that the MRP is 5000 and he's selling it for नो नॉट 100. नहीं, तू रस्ते पर से चुक चुक के लाता होगा, 100 में तो नहीं आता. So if the MRP is 1000, he is selling it at around 1000, 1200. Are you getting my point? So I am asking you, my dear students, what is the amount at which the transaction happened? Whether it is 5000 or 1200. Do you understand? So that is the reason it was very common sense to tell you that trade discount is not recorded. You know what was taught to you, trade discount? When you buy it in bulk, you get trade discount, and that is not recorded. This is what was taught to you. But it's not like that. Of course, when you buy in bulk, you ask for a discount. I am agreeing on that. But nowadays, people are so poor that they bargain everywhere, including when they are doing what? The definition has changed, including when they are buying bulk. तो जब तुम होलसेल में बाय करते हो, you are asking for discount, I understand. But you people, what are you doing now? When you go and buy कोरेंडीर म्हणजे कोथिंबीर. You are buying kothambir and you say that I want discount. You are buying onion and you say that I want discount. Yes or no? So please, when you are buying chappal, you are asking for discount. You getting my point? So boys and girls, the trade does not happen at the MRP. When the trade is not happening at the MRP, how can you record it? Say yes. So boys and girls, what are you going to understand? Trade discount, what was taught to you in 11th, 12th, I understand. You were taught that trade discount is something which is given or which is allowed when there is a bulk transaction, when there is a wholesale transaction. Okay? But in today's world, trade discount is allowed just to promote sale. Nowadays you will see in, what I can say, malls, you have got sales. Myntra, you have sales. Swiggy, you have sales. So whatever you are entering the transaction at whatever economic value, you will record it at that. Come on, this is a common sense here. So remember that trade discount is something which is given at the time of sale. Come on, tell me. Trade discount is something which is given at the time of sale. Will you record trade discount? The answer is no. You will not record trade discount. So, can I not say this 10% will be subtracted? Say yes. So now, purchased for cash from stationery mart, 10 gross exercise book at 300 per gross dozen. My first question to this intelligent class, everyone tell me, what is the important word here? What is the important word? Cash. Are you sure? Yes. बुढ़िया आपको वहाँ से दिख रहा है बेटू? टिल्लू? कौन दिख रहा है? मैं स्क्रीन की बात कर रहा है. दिख रहा है पक्का? क्या नाम है टिल्ली तेरा? क्या बोले? माम्या. हाँ. Amaya. You know, you are looking like a mermaid. Have you seen mermaid? Okay. So you are looking like one. Can we now go ahead? Purchase computer. Hey, why are we going to record it in the purchase book or not? Why we are not going to record? It is a cash transaction. Sir. How are you? What's your name? माझ्या वरातीत आलाय. वराडमध्ये आलाय. बारात में आया मेरे. बोल क्यों नहीं रहा है? बोल. इधर कोई तुम्हारा मतलब तुला क्या बोलते रे वो नाही रे मौन व्रत नाही वो काय म्हणतो त्याला आग्रह पाहिजे तुला. यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट. कोणी आग्रह करणार नाही इकडे. समझा ना. तो इधर चुपचाप बोल नहीं का. नेक्स्ट. परचेस कॉम्प्युटर फॉर ऑफिस यूज. कैन आई आस्क यू वन क्वेश्चन? व्हाट डू यू थिंक सो इज द बिजनेस? व्हाट इज द बिजनेस यू सेड? You mean stationery is the business. But boys and girls, when the stationery is the business and they are buying a computer. So I said, what is the goods? Stationery. But you are buying what? Computer. Will you think this is a fixed asset or this is goods? So you tell me, sir, will we record it in the purchase book or in the journal proper? Because when we cannot record in the purchase book or any of the other books, we'll record it into what? Journal proper. So this is JP, journal proper. The earlier one was in cash book. Say yes. Now purchased on credit from paper and company, 5 reams of white paper at 100 per rim, 10 reams of ruled paper at 150 per rim, less trade discount. Will you record it in the purchase book? Yes, because it is a stationery and it is on the credit. Now, less trade discount. Purchase 1 dozen gel pens at the rate of 15 each from Messrs. Verma Brothers on credit. Will you record it? Yes. And they said that make out the purchase book of Messrs. Narayan and Company. Are we ready for this, guys? Yes. So let's start. Write down in the books of Messrs. Narayan and Company. In the books of Messrs. Narayan and Company. I want pin drop silence. So from which book are you teaching? Krishna, कृष्णा को बोल कि ये उधर पीडीएफ अपलोड कर दे, तुरंत पीडीएफ अपलोड कर दो. उमेश तिवारी जी, आई एम टीचिंग इट फ्रॉम माय बुक एंड इट कवर्स ऑल द क्वेश्चंस ऑफ आईसीआई. सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू टेल यू ऑल द किड्स हु केम अप न्यू टुडे और yesterday also. So I'll just tell you, if you see, when we, where is the subsidiary book? When we see the subsidiary book, please everyone's attention here. When you see the subsidiary book, there you will see the analysis of the past papers. So subsidiary book was asked for 10 marks in July 21, and it was only in one exam it was asked. And if you see carefully, I have covered each and every question of the subsidiary book. You getting my point? So can you see ICA illustration 1 is covered, ledger ke, trial balance ke, subsidiary book, every illustration is covered. Apart from that, RTPs are covered. Apart from that, mock test papers are covered, and if there are any exam questions, those are covered. In test in time, pass in time, you have got something additional questions. Is that okay? The test which happens after every chapter, these are some additional question or sometimes the repeated questions. Are you okay? Yes. So you don't have to worry. Each and every question of your module, exam, RTP, mock paper will be covered by me. You need to go, right? Go. Bye-bye. All the best. Which was the question we were dealing in? 16. Are we ready? Yes. So boys and girls, please create in the books of. Awaz na go, in the books of. In the books of Naren and company. आपको नहीं लग रहा आवाज ज्यादा हो रही? Don't you feel? Noise level is more. Then I'll have date, particulars, details. Details column will be little big. Now, why am I writing down the details? I'll explain you. Details, LF and amount rupees. You can also have invoice number. You can write in the details column. You can also write down invoice number also. Okay. How many lines you are going to draw? You are going to draw it for around 15 to 20 lines. No, 15 lines is more than sufficient. 20 lines क्या करेंगे? सोएंगे क्या? 15 lines is what you can write down. Yes, Kanishka, I'll put up the link. Okay. Just give me some time. Abhi, at this moment, I'll show you the question, so don't worry. Are we ready with this? Everyone is going to use pen, pencil. Okay, no one is going to use eraser. Because you should do it first time perfect. Drawing ka class nahi hai, mehendi ka class nahi hai. Let's go on. So purchase from Brown and Company on credit. So can I not write down here Brown and Company, and what is the date, friends? What is the date? 1st of February. So 2020. 1st February, I'll write down Messrs. Brown and Company. Underline this, and then I'll write down what all did I buy from you. 5 gross pencil. 5 gross pencils at the rate of 100 per gross, and it is 5 into 100 is 500. Do you all agree? Yes. In the details column, and then I'll write down 1 gross register at the rate of, I'll write down 240 per dozen. I have written it in the red because they have given you the unit as gross, but they have given you the rate as per dozen. So your working would be 1 multiplied by 240 is wrong. It would be 12 multiplied by 240. And is how much, my dear friends? 2880. Okay, I'll write down this is correct. This is correct. अगर तुमको डाउट है तो this is correct, right? फिर आगे लिखो study well. Nalayak. So this is correct. So when you are going to do revision of this, there is no mistake here. 1 gross is the unit they have given you, but the rate they have given is in form of dozen. So what we do is 1 gross is 12 dozen. So 12 multiplied by 240 is 2880. Now I take up the total. Friends, what is the total? 2880 plus 500. 3380. Boys and girls, less I have to do trade discount. Less I have to do trade discount. What is the trade discount, friends? 10%. At the rate of 10%. So it turns out to 338 minus, and boys and girls, I'll write it down. 3042. Let me understand from dear students, especially science background student. Transaction happened at what amount? 3380 or 3042? Transaction happened at what amount? 3380 or 3042? So we will record it at what? 3042 or 3380? 3042. Okay. So can I have the entry of purchases? Purchase to party. Okay. Do you know freehand drawing? Are you all aware about freehand drawing? Can you do that? So you have left how many pages? How many lines? 15 lines. After 15 lines, draw in freehand. You are going to create something called, give some line for notes. For notes, you leave around 2 to 3 lines, and then write down ledger posting. Ledger posting. Have you all understood? So ledger posting, I will create an account, Brown and Company. Those who will use scale, pencil right now will lose 5 marks. Now I am just teaching you, right? We are not expected to create a ledger account here. I am just teaching you, so I don't want to delay it. So you need to create a Brown and Company. Now please understand, the posting to Brown and Company will go immediately right now. Is that okay? So I'll have a column of date. वो इधर लिंक अपलोड कर दो. कौन कर रहा है? Date particulars rupees. Date particular rupees. So are you using freehand drawing? Agreed? Yes. So that we don't lose on the speed. Now my dear friend, what is the entry of purchases? Purchases to party. So boys and girls, I'll write down the date is 1st February 2022. And I'll write down by purchases. The amount is how much? 3042. Have you all understood, friends? Yes. Clear hai na? So this is what we have put up into the what? Brown and Company. Can I proceed now? Yes. Puri class ko clear ho gaya na? So the posting happens immediately. You tell me how many effects are there of accounts? 1 or 2? 2. Right now we gave how many effect? 1. So 1 effect is still pending, and that will come with the total. Is that okay? So boys and girls, let's go on. Next item. Next item. Who is the next item? Purchase for cash. So are we going to record it? No. So write down in the note, purchased for cash. Purchased exercise book. Exercise books. Purchase exercise books will be recorded. Will be recorded in cash book. Okay. Now I'll write down one important point here. Purchased exercise book for cash. Purchase exercise books for cash will be recorded where? In cash book. It will not be recorded in purchase book. Say yes or no. Yes. So transaction number 2 is done. Now go to the next step. Purchase of computer. I'll write down the second point. Purchase of what? Computer will be recorded. Where? Will be recorded in journal proper. Will be recorded in journal proper. If you are ready, shall we proceed? So what all did we do? What all did we do? We have just recorded the transaction, first transaction in the purchase book. The remaining transactions will not enter in the purchase book because one is being in cash and the other one is being in fixed asset, the purchase of fixed asset. Is that okay? Now boys and girls, please go ahead. Transaction number 4th, purchased on credit from Paper and Company. So can I not write down? What is the date? 4th February? 4th February, I'll write down Messrs. No, Messrs nahi, The Paper and Company. The Paper and Company. Hey boys and girls, what will I write down? 5 reams. Reams is rolls. Rolls. Reams of paper at the rate of 100 per ream. So can I not say it is 500? Then 10 reams of ruled paper at the rate of 150 per ream. So can I say 1500? The total turns out to 2000. Less I will say trade discount, dhampudiya, at the rate of 10%, and it will be how much? 200, and when I subtract it, it becomes 1800. When you subtract it, it becomes 1800. Happy? Can I ask you? Listen now. Will you do the posting of it? Are you going to do posting? Where? Paper and Company. So in the Paper and Company, I will make the posting immediately. Which side it is going to happen? Credit side. Science background student, who are there? Yesterday who went? You. Have you understood? We are going to write on the credit side, means on the right hand side. Okay? And who else? Yesterday. Have you understood this? Sorry. तू तो पहले से है ना बे, like तेरे को credit समझ में आता है ना अभी? Have you understood? Credit side means we write on the right hand side, and when we write it down with the word something called as buy. So what is the name of the party? Paper and Company. So will you create an account of Paper and Company? How many lines, friends? 2 lines, 3 lines. What is the date? 4 what? Yeah, 4 what? February 2020. Buy. Purchases. What is the amount, friends? 1800. You have been so lovely so far. What is the next transaction? Do it in rough. कर ले लिख ले, कॉपी कर ले छोरी. Are we ready? Yes. Now my next question to this intelligent class. You purchased what? 1 dozen of gel pens at the rate of 15. You tell me whether this transaction is on credit and whether it is of goods. The answer is yes. So what are we going to do? We are going to come in the purchase book, and I am going to write down. What is the date? 5th February. What will I write down? Messrs. Verma and Company. And what I am going to write down? 1 dozen gel pen at the rate of rupees 15 each. So I will multiply 1 with 15 or 12 with 15. 12 with 15. And how much is that, my dear friends? Do you understand? It is 180. There is no trade discount, so I don't worry about that. Have you all understood? Now what do we do? Please let me know. If you have understood, please let me know. I'll create an account, yes or no? Create an account of what? Messrs. Verma and Company. And I'll write on which side? Credit side. What will I write down? Buy purchases. Say yes. So boys and girls, I'll write down Verma and Company. I'll write it on which side? Credit side. Simply put up. I'll write in the date column. What is the date column, friends? 5/2/20. Buy purchases. I'll write down 180. Happy? Everyone, please check. I gave only the credit effect of the transaction. But you know, LHS is equal to RHS. Accounts got its derivation from algebra. So LHS has to be equal to RHS, but we call it as debit and credit. So credit effect is given, but we have not given the debit effect. So now we need to give the debit effect also. So how do we give the debit effect? So you need to do. Achha, next transaction is what? Make the purchase book. This is what is said. So we have completed with the problem. Yes or no? Now you all are requested to take up the total. 3042 plus 1800 plus 180. It will become how much? 5022. 5022. Can I not create something called as what? Purchases account. Purchases account. And I will write down on which side? Debit side at the end of the week maybe. I take periodic total. So I'll write down at the end of the week maybe 6th February, end of the week 6th February 2022. I'll write down to sundry parties. Now what is sundry parties? I mean various parties. This is called a sundry. Sundry parties or supplier. You can write down the name. To supplier because you purchase from whom? Supplier. Now how much I am going to write down? 5022. Agreed? Hey boys and girls, have you all understood so far? Now can I ask you, if I have to draw a trial balance? A trial balance only shows LHS is equal to RHS or debit is equal to credit. So if I am drawing a trial balance, how it would be a trial balance? Let's understand. So it will give the balance. Please understand this. Trial balance. Again in rough only. Because this was not asked. I am just explaining the whole process. So what is the name of the first party? Brown and Company. What did you do to Brown and Company? You credited him. Tell me what is the amount? 3042. And what is the next party? Paper and Company. What is the balance? 1800. And what about the Verma and Company? Verma and Company 180. And what about purchases? Can I have the figure for purchases? 5022. Have you all understood? Please check if it is tallying or not. Do you think so? It is tallying at 5022. So this is what, my dear friend? Trial balance. So simply put up, trial balance is nothing but a list of all the accounts with their balances, and the balances are being given to you. Say yes. Have you all understood so far? Can I ask you one more thing now? Can this happen? You tell me. यहाँ तक आ गए ना सभी लोग? Everyone has written this? So now you have understood that in your purchase book, you only write down the transaction. But then you understood the posting. Individual account, the posting goes immediately. As and when I enter into the transaction, the posting to the individual account will go immediately. But the posting to the purchase account will go of the consolidated total. You take up the total and you put up the total into what? Purchase account. Now you already know purchase has got which balance? Debit balance. Sales has got which balance? Credit balance. Purchase return has got which balance? Credit balance. Sales return has got which balance? Debit balance. Do you all understand this? So boys and girls, I created this account. Suppose, हाँ चंपा, कहाँ है तू? क्यों? नको ना. Bye. Hopeless, focus here. I am a chartered accountant. अभी तक ये सुना है लोग प्यार में बर्बाद हो गए. ये पहली बार किस्सा बनेंगे हम सर के प्यार में बर्बाद हो गए. So focus here. Sir Nalaiko, what is the amount? 5002. What is the mistake I have done? I have recorded the transaction with 20 rupees less. It is called as undercasting. So that means my purchase account which will go in the trial balance will be 5002. अरे बराबर है ना? क्यों? क्योंकि my purchase account will also go wrong. Agreed? So that means the purchase account is undercast. Will my trial balance tally? No. So to tally the trial balance, I give birth to. Don't take it literally. I gave birth to. Don't take it literally. I said I give birth to what? Suspense account. And it is what? 20. Say yes. So boys and girls, suspense account got a birth and it has got which balance? Debit balance. Can you see it? I have to rectify it now. Rectify means what? I have to credit suspense account. Say yes or no? Nahi, ille. Ille or credited? Why I have to credit suspense account? Because it is already having which balance? Debit na? Abe Jhandu, say yes. So I said purchase book. Purchase book. Purchase has got debit balance. Is undercast. Undercast means more or less. So I have to give it the same balance. Say yes. So will I not say purchase account debit to suspense? I will write down with how much amount it is under cast 20. So what happened? Suspense had which balance? Debit balance. I credited it in the rectification entry. Say yes. This is the rectification entry. Rectification means to rectify the error. There was an error. Agreed. So I have credited suspense. So suspense got nullified. Purchase was less by 20. Purchase has got debit balance. I am debiting it further. So purchase become how much? 5022. Have you all understood? So let me now give you the trick, because this was the whole process. You don't do it in the exam. In the exam, you should be able to do it very quickly. So let me ask you, purchase has got which balance? Debit. So when something has got a debit balance and it is undercast, you put up the same balance. And if I say it is overcast, then what I have to do is I have to reverse the balance, because more has gone, I have to remove it out. So how do you remove it out? It has got a debit balance. So I remove it out, credit it. Say yes. Have you all understood? So purchase book undercast, the entry is this. Now you tell me, purchase book overcast. Now purchase has got debit balance. When it is overcast, I have to reverse it. So my entry is to purchases. Say yes. Now I am not writing down the figures. Have you all understood? Let me see if you have understood clearly. Have you understood clearly? Sales book is undercast. No. What is the balance to sales? Credit. So when it is undercast, what I have to do? I have to give more credit. It has got a credit balance. It has gone less. So I have to give more. Yes or no? Yes. So can I not say my entry is suspense to sales? And sales book is overcast. येड़े आंसर दे. ए भाई मोबाइल मत बजा कर, मैं नाचने लग जाता इधर. कंट्रोल नहीं होता है मेरे में. मौन जोली का घुस जाती है. येड़े. Can I have the entry please? Because when I am saying it is overcast, so sales has got a credit balance, I have to reverse it. My entry is what? Sales to suspense. गुड़िया, सभी लोग, गुंडे, गुड़िया, नलायक, अच्छे बच्चे, प्यारे बच्चे, सभी लिख लो. लिखो माँ. ऑनलाइन लाइव, एनी क्वेरी राजा बेटा? Any query राजा बेटा जी? Any query please let me know. Be quick. Okay? Good. Very good. ठाकुर हो गए? All right, are we done, friends? Can we now go ahead? So now we wrote about purchase book, sales book. Now let's write down something about purchase return book is undercast. You need to give me the entry. I don't know. You need to write it down. You need to write it. See, everyone should get a chance. Don't give me the entry. So you need to write down. Jo bolega, the one who is gonna write down will get 5 marks. Hey, the one who is gonna speak out will get 5 marks less. बोलेगा या बोलेगा साला. क्या बोलेगा? कुछ भी नहीं बोलने का पागल. purchase return book is overcast. Undercast, overcast. Have you all understood? Then I have said sales return book is undercast, or sales return book. Actually, this whole stuff should be taught to you in rectification of error. So, I will be teaching you again there. But you know, right now it is very easy to explain you what is the logic beyond that. So, that's the reason I have explained you this here. But I am going to explain you this again in rectification of error. And this type of errors generally come in the exam. So, have you understood why do we use the suspense account? Because what happens is, when we take the total goes wrong. So, the error is only in purchase account. And because the error is in the purchase account, so the trial balance did not tally, and when the trial balance did not tally, we create suspense account. So, to rectify it again, we use the suspense account. Do you all agree? So, now sales return book is overcast. Can I have the entry of purchase return book is undercast? Suspense to purchase return. Good bro. Suspense to purchase return. What about the purchase return is overcast? Purchase return to suspense. What about sales return book is undercast? Sales return to suspense. And what about sales return book overcast? Suspense to sales return. Everyone agrees with this? If you have got any query, please let me know. So, in this particular topic, this particular part was very, very important. Very good. I am proud of you people. Now, can I ask you, come down to the question number 8. Achha, what I have taught you right now is not the purchase book. I have taught you the application also, the concept. And I now expect you to apply it. So, whatever you did in 11th, 12th is of no use as far as CA is concerned. In CA, the examiner checks your application ability. ICI wants members or chartered accountant who can think. You understand? So, marks are not very important here. Here there are multiple assumptions of the things. So, I have taught you purchase book, but now what are my expectations? I will tell you. You should be able to do the sales book. So, at least when I am discussing the next question, everyone should get involved in the discussion, including online live, including pen drive. So, pen drive, you need to understand that my Atma, my soul is sitting beside you and I am listening. So, you need to give the answer. Pen drive and which one other students? Please come down to the question number what? 18. The following are some of the transactions of Messrs. Kishore and Sons of the year 2020 as per their waste book. Now, what is the waste book? Somewhere they, wrote the transactions. When people go around, I'll tell you how. When people go around and they sell the goods, nowadays how the sale happens. You go to the places, different places, you take up the order and then you send them the orders. Are you aware of this or not? So, my father has got a textile business. So, he deals into what? West Bengal. So, sometimes our people or our person goes to the West Bengal, they take up the orders there and those orders they write it in some rough slips. They write it in a diary and then they come back and then the invoices are made because whatever they have written there, that is what is sold. So, they don't carry every book there. Say yes or no. So, these invoices are made once they come down to the office and then these invoices are being sent on the mail or whatever XYZ. I hope you people have understood so far. So, boys and girls, when they are saying the waste book, they have said, they have mentioned it somewhere. From there, they are asking you to make the sales book. Now, please understand, make out their sales book. Sold to Messrs. Gupta and Verma on credit, 30 shirt at 800 per shirt, 20 trouser at 1000 per trouser. Can I expect, what is the critical word which you have seen so far? Credit. Very good. I am proud of you people. जो बच्चा नहीं बोल रहा है काला बाबा पकड़ के लेके जाएगा मेरे को मत बोलना फिर काला बाबा तेरे को नहीं ले जा सकता बेटा हैवी है ना तो तू टेंशन मत ले तू करते रहे वो जो कर रहा है सो आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू टेल यू ऑन क्रेडिट नेक्स्ट सोल्ड फर्नीचर टू मेसर सहगल एंड कंपनी ऑन क्रेडिट 8000 व्हाट इज द क्रिटिकल वर्ड व्हाट इज द क्रिटिकल वर्ड नालायक सो व्हाट इज फर्नीचर टेलिंग यू Will it record in sales book or journal proper? Because this is furniture, it is sold on credit, it will go in journal proper. Say yes or no. If it would have been a cash transaction, it would have gone where? In cash book. But furniture, we don't take it into what? Sales book. See, what are the goods here? Shirts and trousers. Say yes. Good. Sold 50 shirts of 50 shirts of Messrs. Jain and Sons at 800 per shirt. Beta, sold 50 shirts to आना चाहिए इधर. At 800 per shirts. So you tell me, will we record it in the cash book or sales book? Cash book. How do you know this, beta? कहाँ कैश है? हाँ, जैन एंड सन्स कैश बुक में आएगा. Okay, shall we repeat one story again? I'll give you some money. You need to go there, buy some chocolates, and get the name of that lady. Do you remember that transaction? Yes. I told you something. Listen to me. How can you commit this kind of nonsense mistake here? When I say sold goods, it is for cash. When I say sold goods to Ramesh, it is a credit transaction. Whenever you use a personal account, it is a credit. When I use the word sold goods to Ramesh for cash, this is cash transaction. Say yes or no? So first one is cash, the second one is credit, and the last one is cash. Have you all understood this? So whenever they use the personal account name of the person, why will you write down the name of the person? Because the money is receivable. Yes or no? So anyone traveled in rickshaw today? No. Anyone traveled in bus? What is the name of the conductor? Huh? Don't know, because so whatever you purchased a pen or you purchased the diesel, petrol, whatever, you don't know the name of the people. Why you don't know the name of the people? Because you don't need it to make the entries. So remember that whenever the transaction is credit, then the examiner is going to mention like this: sold 50 shirts to Messrs. Jain and Sons at 800 per shirt. That's it. So this is a credit transaction. Though they have not mentioned it, it is a credit transaction because they have mentioned the name of the personal account. Have you all understood? Now next, sold 13 shirts to cheap stores at 750 each for cash. What is the critical word? Cash. So where will it go? Cash book. Sold on credit to Messrs. Mathur and Jain, 100 shirt, 10 overcoats, and less trade discount. Can I understand which is the critical word? Credit. And so will it go in sales book? Yes. So this transaction sold to Messrs. Mathur will go in sales book. Sold 50 shirts to Jain and Sons will go in sales book. And then, my dear friends, sold to Gupta and Verma will also go in sales book. Can I expect an entry of sales? Party to sales. So when you are going to create a sales book, so for example, you are going to create a sales book like this. Okay. You will write down Messrs. Verma and Gupta. Okay. Please think and tell me the answer. You will write some XYZ amount. What are you going to do it in the individual account? What are you going to do it in the individual? You are going to debit or you are going to credit the party? Debit. Why debit? Because your entry is party to sales. In case of sales, what is the entry? Party to sales. So this time you are not going to credit. You are going to what? Debit. And the total of the sales, where are you going to do it? Sales account, credit side. Boys and girls, unfortunately, they have not asked to create the ledger account, and I am not going to waste your time in creating the sales account and party account. But you know the process now. Everyone, do you know the process? Yes. So, beta, this sales book kaise banegi? In the books of what? Kishore and Sons. And you are going to create what? Sales book. And then you are going to have the column of date, particulars, details, LF, and of course you can have invoice number and amount rupees. Say yes. And then you will first write down the name of Messrs. Gupta and Verma. Then you will going to write down the name of Messrs. Jain and Sons. And then Mathur and Jain. Write down all the stuff, less trade discount wherever it is applicable, and you're going to solve it. Yes or no? Yes. So how many of you think you can do it as an homework? You'll be able to do it as an homework? Yes. Okay. See, I can do it here, but that's not going to save you from the exams. For the exams, it is more important that you should be able to do it on your own. So what you're going to create at your home? Only sales book. Say yes. Yes. All right. Now with this, we are done with this part. Oh, awa. Can I ask you one thing? When you purchase goods, what happens? The goods comes in or goes out? Comes in. When you sell goods, goes out. When purchase return is there, goods come in or go out? Whenever anything from your business will go out in terms of asset, धंधे में से कोई भी asset बाहर जाएगी क्रेडिट करने का. Simple terms. Cash paid, cash gone out, credited. Sold furniture, credit furniture. Say yes. Sold goods, credit it. Purchase return. When I purchase, it comes in. When I purchase, it comes in. Purchase return, it goes out. Any asset when it is going out, it should be credited. You already studied this in real account. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Asset has got a debit balance. Whenever it increases, you debit it. Whenever it decreases, you credit it. So I give you a shortcut to visualize it very simply. Asset aa rahi hai, debit ja rahi hai, credit. So you tell me, if you read the word return outward, goods are coming in or going out? कितना प्यार से बोल रहे हो वो. Return outward. It is actually a purchase return. It will have a credit balance. So outward will give you a trick that goods are going out. When goods are going out, credit it, because even in sales, goods go out, credit it. Whenever I sell asset, you credit it, the asset, yes or no? Because whenever the goods are going to go out, you are going to credit the asset account. Say yes or no? Yes. So you tell me in return outward what happens? Goods comes in or goes out? So you debit or credit? When goods goes out, what are you going to do? Debit or credit? Credit. So can I not say purchase return will be credited? Yes. Or return outward will be credited? Somebody is using the word return inward, coming in or going out? Coming. So you debit or credit? Credit. Hey, interesting chaps, hopeless chaps. Online life, in case you have got any query, please let me know. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ah, ha, 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 ha. देखता क्या जरा एक बार झंडू में सी है इसलिए कर रहा है. Post the following into ledger. So they have solved the problem to an extent for you. What is the name of the book? Return outward book. Coming in or going out? Going out. Will be credited or debited? Debited. That's lovely. So return outward account or sales return account. Sales return, sorry. Purchase return account will be what? Credited. So you can call it as return outward book, or you can also call it as what? Purchase return book. So boys and girls, return outward or purchase return book is one and the same. So if you create purchase return account or you create return outward account, one and the same. You are going to do what? Credit it with the total. Say yes. Yes. Hey boys and girls, what is the entry of purchase return? I just forgot. मुंह में गोबर है क्या? गोबर है क्या? परचेस रिटर्न को डेबिट बोला कैसे? What is the entry? Party to purchase return. So party will be what? Debited, and purchase return will be what? Credited. Intelligent class, please tell me, party account will be debited with individual amount or total amount? पूरी क्लास क्यों नहीं बोलती? Party account will be debited with individual amount or total amount? So this individual amount will go to the party account debit side. Can I ask you, where will this 280 go? Purchase return account? आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Purchase return account which side? Credit side. Do you all agree? Yes. How did you understand this? With the help of an entry. You already know, and you already know that for individual accounts the posting goes individually, and for purchase return account the posting goes of the total amount. Is that okay? Yes. Now boys and girls, how many of you have studied this in this particular part in 11th 12th? You have studied this in 11th 12th and remaining no. But still you are able to do it because you have learnt the application. This is the best way to learn the things. Learn the application. Even if it takes time, it's okay. So you took a lot of time, right? To understand just the purchase book, you took a lot of time. But now you will be able to do the posting as well as any rectification entry which are required to be done. Is that okay? So always learn through the application. So are we now ready to solve this question? So I'm going to show you this. How many accounts we are going to create? Please tell me. 3 accounts. Which are the 3 accounts? Rajendra account, Modern Electric Company account, and purchase return account. So Rajendra account, what I'm going to do? I'm going to debit it. Modern Electric Company, what I'm going to do? Debit it. And purchase return account, what I'm going to do? Credit it. But I'll credit it with the total. Say yes. So boys and girls, girls and boys, this is the time wherein we record this particular stuff. ICI module हाजिरो. किधर है तुम मेरा थोबड़ा ना को देखो, तुमको करने क्या ये? Can you see the accounts? Everyone? Oh, you cannot see the accounts. What is the name of the first account? Rajendra Prakash and Sons. Can you at least see that? Yes. Then Modern Electric Company. Can you see that? Yes. And return outwards account. Can you see that? Yes. So in the account of return outward account, I have credited. And in the account of Rajendra Prakash and Modern Electric, what I have done? I have debited. Say yes. तो थोड़ा ना को देखो, करो इसको सॉल्व. Sir, 5 gross pencil means 5 into 12 to calculate the unit. The answer is yes. Hey, be quick. You have to do it on your own. Be quick. Hey, my lecture timing is until what? यार आजकल टाइम कहाँ जाता है यार मेरा? ये सुबह कितने बजे रहता है मेरा लेक्चर? 12:45 टू 2 मिनट रुकता है क्या? (12:45 to 1:45 ना? Is my time? यार कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया मेरे टाइम में. मेरे को इतना टाइम नहीं चलता. आई नीड मोर टाइम यार. कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो गया. मैं बात करता क्या है? रो मत बे. Have you all done so far? Hey, Jandubam, have you done so far? Okay, no? Fine. Today's homework are which question? 18, na? 19 you have done right now. 18. आवाज नहीं चाहिए मेरे को. You don't have to copy यार, you can do it on your own, right? You don't have to balance the accounts because you don't know these are the only final accounts or these are the only entries which we have got. There can be further entries, right? अरे जंगली लिखना नलायक, कितनी आवाज कर रहा है? Now there are few questions which I am going to give you homework today. Alright, you know the trick why we give homework. What is the logic? You go you come with a doubt and you go with the answer. So when I solve, sometimes if you don't understand, then you go with the doubt. Have you understood? I have explained the concept today. Now I need to teach you what? Application of the concept. So for the application, what you do is you go at home, you try and solve it. So now what would be the parameter that you will not be able to solve it? So that's fine if you are not able to solve it, you will come with a doubt. But when I'll solve and I'll teach you, I'll explain you, you'll be able to solve it. So you can come with a doubt and you can solve the doubt and go ahead. But suppose if I solve this, there are always the case that you can have some small doubts and then they don't get resolved. So my strategy is what? I teach you first the concept. Once the concept is understood, then you deal with it, then you try and answer it on your own. And in case you have doubt, you have got a problem, then I resolve it. I think that is the best way to solve it. Is that okay? So tomorrow we are going to discuss few questions and let me give you today's homework. What was the earlier question which I gave you as an homework? So today's homework is little vast, but I'm sure you will be doing it. Shall I show you the homework? Have you all done with this? Yes. How many of you still doing it? Be quick, be fast. Handsome boy gaming channel. But if somebody is handsome, why will he write that he is handsome? Because if Aishwarya is beautiful, she is going to write down beautiful Aishwarya? No. This is what common people do, not the smart people do. नहीं? This is common sense. जो स्मार्ट है वो लिखता है क्या? स्मार्ट नहीं, फिर कोई भरोसा नहीं रखेगा. हैंडसम निकाल उसमें से, इज्जत खराब हो रही है. बाकी तेरी इच्छा है भाई. हाँ. अम्मा जल्दी लिखो, बहुत लेट लिख रहे तुम. मेहंदी निकल जाती इतनी देर में, मेरी शादी की मेहंदी हो गई थी पूरी. अरे सच्ची बोल रहे हैं मैं. वो निकाली खराब थी, वो बात अलग है. Are we ready? So now homework problems. Feel your heartbeats. 18, 20, 35 plus 36 is one and the same. 35 and 36 is the same question. In 35 they have asked you to create a sales book and in 36 they have asked you to create ledger. Oh wow. 25 is an exam question. 25 is an exam question. Okay. How many of you are not going to do the homework? So you are agreeing that you are going to do the homework. You cannot come and tell me tomorrow that I have not understood. If you have got a query, you have to tell me right now. मेरा खून देके तुमको समझाऊंगा. But if you don't have a query, then you have to solve it. You have to solve. Okay. There is one problem which students have wrong notion about studies nowadays. That if you solve, it should be correct. No. You should only solve. You should do to the extent you are able to do it. I am not expecting that your answer should be correct. See, for that I am there tomorrow. So if your answer goes wrong, it's great, yaar. You will rectify it in the class and you will not commit the same mistake in the exam. Yes or no? So all I want is you commit a mistake so that you overcome them and you go ahead. Say yes or no? Yes. So what are you going to do? You are going to solve it. It's not necessary that the answer should be correct. But you are going to do it not by copying it. You are going to do it on your own. Say yes. Yes. So with this, these are the homework. Prem se bye bolo. Bye bolo. अरे बाय नहीं बोलते तो वो भूत के जैसे तुम पीछे लगे रहते मेरे. बाय बाय. ऑनलाइन लाइव बाया बाया. गए बेटा वो दिन. अभी सैटरडे भी लेक्चर है. रेगुलर टाइम. Why? Everyone is taking the lecture, right? Tomorrow. So why are you asking the time? रात सर का लेक्चर कितने बजे होता है?